Hi all, welcome to the channel, welcome to the workshop. So it's Monday and I'm back. So back from my travels from Manchester and a little overnight stay in Corby where I picked up my new printer. So you may remember this actually used to belong to Ian over Partner Upgrades, and I think it was actually originally given to Wayne, and he's done a review on this one. But I basically purchased it when Ian was getting rid of all his stuff, and doing a bit of an auction through the Parkworks Live with Mark's Mods and the Nexus, Kevin. But for today, I've actually got a brand new build for you. Now, this actually is Wayne's build over at the World of Wayne, because he seems to be in the unique position where he was getting two. I think he's building the one that he's currently got on his channel for someone else, and he doesn't want to build it again. So today, I've got the first pack of the RB19 for you. So let's get into it. Let's get building.
Welcome to the workshop, tools in the light, screws and glue, they're holding it tight. Piece by piece, it's a builder's delight, making dreams in the still of the night. Let's get into it, let's get building now. Put it all together, I'll show you how. Screw by screw and a little glue too. Welcome to the workshop, it's waiting for you.
Right, so we have the RB19. Now, we didn't actually get a brochure with this one, but we did get a letter, just a welcome letter, and obviously telling you how to manage your account, etc. Now, if you want to get these for yourself, I'm pretty sure it's still available. So just check out the links below and head over to D'Agostini's website, and you can get yourself your very own RB19. We'll go straight into it, and we'll jump straight into issue 1. Now, as you can see, I've got issue 1 parts over there. And I'll just take you through the magazine. Obviously, this is all going to be about the Red Bull Racing, F1, etc. And then right at the back, we have the instructions for how to build our model. And at the end of this one, we'll have this. Now, they have supplied a screwdriver. Now, I think this is going to be a PH0 or PH1 screwdriver. Personally, I'm not going to use this one. I'll be using my rarer screwdrivers. But if this is your very first part work, this will obviously get you well on your way. So we'll put that onto one side. And say I've got a PH0 and a PH1 of the rarer screwdrivers here, and that's pretty much all you're going to need. Now, I do use some oil when going into metal. I don't think we're doing anything like that today. I've just got a little small pot here that I put some WD-40 in, but any oil will do. So we've got our parts here. Now, what I like to do is lay them out just as we've got them in the magazine. Sometimes it's easy to know what's what, but sometimes if you've got quite a few parts, it's nice and easy just to lay them out in the same manner. So we've got 1A, B, C, D, E, and F. And we have a pack of A screws. Now the very first thing we're going to be doing is taking our part 1F. Now this is plastic. Now I'm not going to put it down on the workbench because it'll probably be quite easy to scratch that. So you might want to get yourself a cloth or Partwork Upgrades mat. Obviously, you can't get a Partworks Upgrade mat anymore. But if you've been doing Partworks for a while, you might have one laying around. So we're going to take this piece, and we have part E as the first piece. And that's going to go just on there. And you can just double check that it's going to go the right way up. Obviously, look correct. And we're just going to use an A screw to hold that in place. And it's pretty much all of this is all of attaching to this yellow part using these A screws. There we are. So just want to make sure that's fully lined up. It does have a little notch here. So we're going to take its partner and do the exact same thing for this side. Again, just lining up that notch and the screw hole. And you don't want to over tighten these because what you'll do, you'll strip out the plastic threads. So that's what that is looking like at the moment. we're going to take this one, which is part C, and that's just going to sit on there. Now we do have these little tabs, you can see, that are all going to line up together. I'm going to secure that with another A screw. I'm just going to do that loose for a second. And just get these tabs pushed in. Get that one screwed in. And then the exact same thing for this one. Again, just making sure those holes and those tabs all align. And we'll get this one screwed in as well. Right, so that's all pushed together. Then we're going to finish off this one with this piece. And that's going to go just there. We're going to secure that with 2 A screws. And with that screw in there, that is all this do in that stage. And that's what we have. So that brings us on to the last stage in this little introductory pack, stage 2. And as you can see, we've got a little bit more of the front wing. So we're building that up, just like that. And then we'll have a completed front wing at the end of it. We will have this halo piece that we're not doing anything with. Right, so here we have the other parts. Now, this is actually metal, and it looks absolutely fantastic, and very, very weighty. As I say, we're not actually doing anything with this one, so it might be worth just leave it in the pack like that, and keeping it safe for when we actually do need it. So we'll just pull out the other parts. I'm going to bring over our front wing, and the very first thing we're going to be doing is taking this piece, and it's just going to slot in to all of these points here. Just here. Now, I can't see how that's going to stay there, so that might need a little bit of glue. Right, so I managed to get that pushed in there, and it is holding, but might need a little bit of glue. I don't think it's going to take much for that to come off of there. Do the exact same thing for this side. So just lining up those rear tabs and center tabs. Now, you don't want to use too much force because it'll probably be quite easy to break these off. But we've got that in there like so. We'll flip that over and take the front part of our wing. Now we've got a little notch here, a hole there. So that's going to go in there. And then the edge is going to go into these side points we've just put on. And again, might need a little bit of glue just to keep that secured in place. We're going to close that off with this piece. That's going to hold all of those other bits and tidy that up. I'm going to use 2 A screws for that. Use a slightly smaller screwdriver. So there we have it. that is pack 1 done of the RB19. And that wing does look really, really good. Now, as I said, this is all plastic, but it does work really well because obviously it's trying to mimic carbon fibre. And I have to say, it does look absolutely brilliant. And this piece, obviously metal, which is all beautifully painted and obviously got all of these decals on, etc. And does look very, very good and very, very weighty as well. But that is it. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please remember to hit the like button below and give us a massive thumbs up. So that's pack 1 of the RB19, and it does look fantastic. Now, this is what I call the introductory pack. We get a couple of these where you're going to see the sort of quality of the parts you're going to be getting throughout the build. So we've got some die-cast metal with beautiful paint and beautiful decals, and it does look absolutely fantastic. And as I say, quite weighty for such a small part. And we have some plastic parts. This is mimicking that carbon fibre look quite nicely, and looks absolutely fantastic. Now, I'm guessing that those two parts we're probably not going to be using for quite some time. So get yourself a storage box or a safe space to place them until such point as we need them again. Then that way, hopefully you won't be damaging any of the decals or the plastic parts on here, or scratching that metal piece as well. So yeah, a storage box, a cloth over the top of them so they're safe on a shelf, something like that, just to help protect those until such point as we need them. If you want to see how this progresses or anything else that goes on the channel, please do remember to hit the subscribe button and ding the bell for notifications, and that way you won't miss out on future videos. I do also wanted to say thank you very much to Wayne, who's obviously supplying me with this kit so that I can bring you guys a little bit more content on the channel. So thank you very much, Wayne, and hopefully I'll see you all on the next one. Cheers!